Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check,
We
check,
got
check.
levels? Mic check, 1, 2.
All right, welcome to the Run with Radio 104.5 Johnny video interview. I have a very special guest today, the winner of the 2017 Columbus Half Marathon, Josh Dunn.
I didn't win it,
Oh.
but I did do it.
A fun fact, though, many people may not realize Josh is also the trumpet player in the Grammy Award-winning band 21 Pilots.
Well, that is true.
Yes. No, well, thank you for talking. So I do this blog on radio145.com, which just talks about running.
Cool.
Because I like to run. It's a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I started doing, I did it with Dan from Bastille and now you, is there's a lot of the musicians that we play on Radio 104.5 who are also runners. So said, we'll just have conversations about running. So you do run.
Yeah.
I know you ran the 2017 Columbus Marathon, half marathon.
Yeah, I did the half. A lot of respect to marathon runners. I've yet to run a marathon. I don't know if I will, but maybe you can convince me otherwise. But I loved the half.
I will tell you that if you can run the half, you can run the full. It's definitely a commitment. There's a lot of training, but it's not as daunting as you think it can be. And you ran the half pretty quickly. You were doing like 8-minute miles or something.
Yeah, I think I was right at 8.
Yeah. So you could probably do a full marathon now and do like a 12-minute mile or something like that.
Wow.
But,
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But actually, I mentioned to you that I spoke with Dan Smith. He trained while he was on tour.
Yeah.
He was running in all these different cities. And I was wondering, how much running are you able to do while you're on tour? Do you get out there regularly?
Yeah. I do try to break it up. So I've got a friend of mine in Los Angeles is a boxing trainer. So when we're in LA, we'll do that like 3 times a week, and then probably 3 times a week I'm running, 3 or 4, and then like one day I'll just kind of not really do anything. On the road, he's actually out here now, so we've been running 3 or 4 miles a day, and then boxing for about an hour, and then playing a show. So it's kind of been a lot, but he and I tomorrow are going to do like a 10-mile run.
Here in Philly?
No, I think it's probably in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's, I think there definitely is time to do it. And I also have a treadmill out here on the road.
See, I find the treadmill incredibly boring. I ran 11 miles yesterday. I could last on the treadmill for 5 minutes, and then I just get bored out of my mind.
Yeah. Now, I have had conversations, and over time, running outside is much preferred.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, when I first kind of got into fitness, it was running, and I was it was kind of due to anxiety. And I was just feeling like I was about to die. So I literally just got up and ran out the door and started running, and it changed my life.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I got into running myself just because my metabolism just does not cooperate. So I want to be able to eat. But I found that, like, from a psychological standpoint, it's so therapeutic to just be out there and sort of be one with my thoughts and just not looking at my phone and just sort of just almost like Zen freeing,
It's pretty amazing, and it's I think it's maybe happened like twice, but 2 days ago I was running and felt the high that everybody talks about.
I don't know if I've ever actually felt that.
It's I will say we were running kind of up some hill, and so I think it essentially just when you're just kind of like when you're breathing so heavy, but you're really taking in a lot of oxygen, and the way that kind of works with your kind of blood and circulation, I think it kind of gives you it's really weird. I feel like a kind of a vibration, like a physical vibration.
Hopefully it's not a heart attack.
No. And then also just a bit of euphoria, I guess. And I think that's, picking up running from kind of like anxiety, and then realizing that it can be painful running. Of course, it's not easy to do, but there is a sense of really calm and peacefulness with running too.
And then I feel like when I finish a run, I feel like I've accomplished something for the day.
Yeah.
I just feel like, okay, I'm not complete slouch. I ran.
Yeah, I ran. Yeah, dude.
So now, when you run on tour, do you have any favorite cities to run in? Because one of the things I like to do is run in other cities, and just it helps me. It's helped me learn a lot about Philadelphia, but just other cities, whether it's like running in New York or in Los Angeles or whatever. I just like just seeing the scenery from that perspective, not just the touristy stuff.
When I was preparing for the half marathon, I did like a 10 or 11 mile run in Manhattan Beach in Los Angeles. And it felt like, because I was next to the ocean, I think it's maybe just the air's a little cleaner, and it's something just inspiring about
Is that near
ocean.
Venice?
Yes.
Yeah, because once a year I go out for the iHeartRadio Alter Ego Fest, and we stay in Santa Monica. So I take that run from Santa Monica down to Venice, down to along the beaches.
So
also.
I think it might be the opposite direction from Venice if you're coming from Santa Monica, but it's like close to the airport.
Right.
So if you stop into LA just to run off of the plane onto the beach, then it's worth it. But yeah, I think anywhere where there's water is really nice. Those have been some of my favorite runs. I did like a Virginia Beach over the summer, ran by the water.
Have you guys gotten lost when you're running in a town that you're not used to? I mean, I know you have GPS on your phone.
Yeah. Sometimes I try to. I also like the task of trying to get back where I've come from.
And you've always found your way home.
Yeah. So, but it's cool because I think that as time goes on, it does get harder and harder to get out of a venue. I mean, there are days where I'm just inside of a building all day long. And so I think the days that I get out and get a run, I'll remember those shows now in those cities, and because I've gotten to see them and be a part of that city for the day.
Now, you ran the Columbus half in 2017. I think you ran a half marathon in Milan maybe too?
I did. So the Milan thing was really cool. Eliud Kipchoge just broke the 2-hour marathon. First human to do it.
I can't even break a 2-hour half marathon.
I mean,
boggles my mind.
But if you think about, he was running probably a 4:30 per mile pace for 26 miles, which is insane.
Although he had pacers and the course. People dismiss it because he it was sort of perfect circumstances, but still, it's just an amazing human feat.
Yeah. So Nike invited me out to be a part of that. When their kind of like initial attempt to break the 2-hour marathon, they had 3 guys.
They thought you were going to be the one to do it.
They had high hopes and a lot of faith, and I came really close, but no, there was probably 100 people. We camped in yurts right in Monza, Italy, right next to the racetrack where they did the marathon, and it was kind of just we were just spectating. There was a lot of people from Nike in Portland, and I just have relationship with Nike from training and running. So they invited me out, and so we got up, 4 a.m., watched the marathon. It was probably one of the most inspiring things that I've ever seen. And then we all did a 5K along the same.
Right. So watching that, did that inspire you to maybe do the marathon at some point, when you were watching that guy, or did that say, "I'm no way I'm ever going to do that"?
Well, it definitely that was definitely my inspiration to do the half.
Yeah.
Or did that happen after? I guess maybe. Yeah, it was. I think that was right before I did the half, and I just remember walking away inspired. I haven't decided if I'll do the marathon yet. I will do more halves and more 5Ks and 10Ks. But I feel like training for a marathon's just brutal.
I tell you what, it takes a lot. But I tell you, I'm about to run my 5th in November.
Really?
But the first time I ran the marathon, I finished, and I already knew I wanted to do it again. It was not easy. It was not, and I got sad when the training ended.
Yeah.
Because I was actually enjoying it so much. So it's definitely intense, and if you're going to try and do it while you're on tour, it probably takes a lot of strategy. But It's not as hard as you think it is, and when you get through it, it's just incredibly rewarding just to know you accomplished that. So
yeah, I will say, I think when you are training for something, that's when you get the most excited to run. Because I do remember when I was done with that half a couple years ago. Obviously, I still wanted to run, but I had the drive a lot before, and but I do think also I like running on show days too. Because it honestly is a nice warm up for the show.
And you don't put a lot of energy into your show, so you got to get it out right somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I gotta somehow get it
All
out.
right, and I'll let you pimp Nike a little bit. You mentioned Nike. Do you have a favorite Nike sneaker that you're running?
Lately I've been using the Pegasus 35. I've been liking the Pegasus shoes. Right. It's actually very similar to one of them that I wear on stage, but they're just I don't get paid by Nike, but they're
hopefully they give you some free Pegasus though.
Yeah, they send there's a guy that I'm good friends with there that will send me some
and hopefully he'll send me a free pair since I let him pimp it in the video.
I'll send him a text.
Size 13.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, I ran in something a different shoe like a week ago, and had blisters on my feet for like 5 days.
The thing with running shoes also is all the big brands I think do a pretty good job, but you have to find that shoe that works for you. So.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking running with us, and I really think you can do the marathon. And when you do, I'll run it with you. All right?
Except that'll be fun.
I run about a 10.5-minute mile, so I'll just finish about an hour after you. I feel like
that's probably where I'd be too.
So anyway, all right. Noted marathon winner Josh Dunn for 21 Pilots.
Sweet.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you.